Elon Musk exposed Joe Biden's corruption. Tesla billionaire Elon Musk has at last exposed President Joe Biden's corruption plan. Americans around the world are generally intrigued about the corruption allegations against Biden, which has prompted Elon to unveil Biden's corruption dealings, how authentic Musk's evidence is, and whether Joe Biden's corruption plans will force him out of office. Continue watching this video as we explore how Musk revealed Joe Biden's corrupt plan. Elon Musk has always been candid about his criticism of Joe Biden. His harsh criticism was particularly heightened recently when Joe Biden held a meeting with high-end auto executives like Jim Farley of Ford Motors and Mary Barra of General Motors, while excluding Tesla. The meeting was held to talk about the future of EVs and ended with Biden issuing an executive order for the EV companies to sell more vehicles. What's more interesting about this meeting was the obvious exclusion of one of the US's best EV companies, Tesla. It's a well-known fact that Tesla sells the most EVs than every other EV company combined. For reference, let's take a look at the numbers of sales of Tesla. It has a whopping 308,600 EVs. Wasn't it crazy to exclude Tesla from a meeting where it can enact a significant role? As if that wasn't enough, the US president later tweeted, "I meant it when I said the future would be made right here in America. Companies like GM and Ford are building more electric vehicles here at home than ever before." His glaring exclusion of Tesla clearly missed the Tesla CEO, who later responded to his tweet by saying, "Starts with a T, ends with A, with an ESL in the middle." Musk's response prompted a lot of reactions on Twitter. In fact, he spent the rest of his time responding to the supporters denouncing Biden's unjust exclusion of Tesla Motors. They started their campaign on Changeorg. This is the world's biggest petition platform with over 200 million users. The number of signatures is now at 32,500, but it's growing fast. It might end up as what happened when only one of Musk's tweets about Bitcoin saw their numbers tumbling down the crypto drain. Biden might regret such an inappropriate move against Tesla sooner than later. Also, this is not the right time for President Biden to start a feud with Musk. The Tesla CEO is a long-standing supporter of Democratic Party. It's notable that he has voted for both Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden, even before Joe Biden and Hillary Clinton in previous presidential elections. Even before Biden and Clinton, the Tesla CEO worked very closely with incumbent President Obama's administration, but he's recently under the banner of Republicans. Why did Musk suddenly switch to the Republican Party when the Biden administration is actually focused on similar sustainability goals as Tesla? Musk recently stated that his move is in no small part due to President Biden's administration's doings, everything it can do to sideline and ignore Tesla. This was following what seemed to be Joe Biden's wise crack against the Tesla CEO when he wished Musk lots of luck on his trip to the moon.
Intel is adding 20,000 new jobs for making computer chips. Lots of luck on his trip to the moon.
When the richest man inquired about the situation of the U.S. economy, the U.S. president went ahead to acknowledge Ford's efforts to hire 6,000 employees while undeniably sidelining Tesla, which has hired about 50,000 employees worldwide in the last 2 years. He also constantly acknowledged Ford without a single mention of Tesla's EVs and their immense contribution to the U.S. economy.
Ford is increasing their investment overwhelmingly. I think Ford is increasing the investment in building new electric vehicles.
Unfortunately, Biden's strategy might cost him the upcoming election. The tech billionaire is highly influential, and he's also a political figure in the political world. He could easily cut Joe Biden's voter base in half with just one tweet. Before Musk left for the Republican Party, he said that the Democrats had become the party of division and hate, and it turns out that Joe Biden wasn't the only Democrat in the anti-Musk party. Tesla was also unjustly left out of Biden's $7,500 tax incentive for EVs. Musk was publicly against President Biden's social and climate spending bill, while particularly being concerned that it would lead to an insane federal deficit. Unfortunately, Tesla has been operating without the $7,500 tax incentive for nearly 2 years. In that matter, Musk commented that Tesla is doing well. The Build Back Better Act includes $7.5 billion reserved for the infrastructure bill. According to President Biden, the money should be used to build US EV charging stations, an idea which Musk finds absurd. Musk thought it was a waste of money. He blurted out, "Do we need support for gas charging stations?" So there's no need for support for a charging network. I would delete it. I'm literally saying get rid of all subsidies, but also for oil and gas.
I'm in favor of deleting subsidies. I mean, when we started Tesla, there were no EV subsidies at all, and gasoline was super cheap. We did not anticipate any subsidies. That came later.
You'll be intrigued to know that Musk's feud with Biden didn't start a long time ago. It was just around September 2021 when Biden chose to ignore SpaceX's success as the inspiration for the mission. The mission included 4 civilian crews and would be the first space exploration, which would consist of non-professional crew members. The team landed safely on Earth after a 3-day exploration of space. Curious by the president's apparent silence, a fan acquired on Twitter, the president of the US has refused to acknowledge the 4 newest American astronauts who assisted in raising hundreds of millions of dollars for St. Jude. What's your theory on why that is? Musk didn't hesitate to reply as he commented that Biden is still sleeping, which alludes to the nickname Sleeping Joe. Musk also stated that the Biden administration was biased against Tesla but was controlled by unions. Well, Musk could as well be justified, given that Biden's administration seems very pro-union. Musk doesn't support unions and therefore, his government is bent on making a bill that would benefit unionized electric vehicle manufacturers. And Musk isn't in favor of that, and therefore, his company is excluded from the bill. After experiencing these unjust acts by Biden after Tesla, since the billionaire has never stopped his criticism against Biden.